How goes it, everybody? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Happy Monday, by the way, to all y'all, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. Today's the subject I'm going to be getting into. Beautiful tax season. 2018 tax return season, all that beautiful stuff. Everybody's wanting to get their taxes done and want to get, especially for working people. And this is what this video is really dedicated towards. That's like one things out of the year, since most, especially given the fact that a lot of companies don't even give their employees bonuses like that anymore. So this is like a bonus for people getting a certain percentage back, and obviously a lot of people will pay some debt off, pay some other bills, or they'll buy a new car, or they'll buy something that they've always wanted to go on vacation, all that beautiful stuff. Me myself, I like with my tax return, I like to save and invest, but that's how I look at money outside of surviving, saving and investing. Don't just spend it on crap that doesn't mean anything after you buy it. But anyways, I digress. It's tax season, everyone, and I'm happy to report that, and I say that sarcastically, that what I've been saying for the last year and what others have been saying is very, very true. And that is that the economy is not for working people, it's for business owners and people who practice group economics. I cannot stress that more and more. Group economics, like every other immigrant group does, except in native, a lot of the people who are native to the United States and whatnot, who have been here their whole lives, because we still have this 1950s Lone Ranger. I'm just going to have a nice paying job and I'll do it by myself thing, and not try to collaborate with anyone else. But that's another story. And according to the IRS, the average tax refund check is down 8% this year. 8% compared to last year. It's crazy. The Government Accountability Office pointed to the IRS estimated that about 4.6 million fewer filers would receive refunds this tax season, and it's crazy. Another 4.6 million filers were likely to owe money instead of getting a tax return. You've already been taxed and you're still going to owe money anyways. um and it's just crazy. So they're going to owe money who have not even, and these are people that have never really for the most part experienced this before, because I'm talking about people, and I'm talking about people who like make good six-figure salaries. I'm talking about people who own homes and have children who are married. Your average quote unquote American. That's not getting the benefits of being married and having children, and as far from a financial perspective, obviously getting those other benefits and owning a house. The good, beautiful American dream. I mean, that's what that's what everybody calls it. But I've been on social media, and various friends and family members I've been talking to time and time again for the last 2 weeks. The messages I've seen, received, and posts I've seen, concerns I've been hearing and seeing, all are the same. Tax refunds in 2019 for working people have turned into tax debts for working people. Okay, so, and a lot of people already have student loan debts and credit card debts, and now they're going to have a tax debt. Now remember, this isn't an anti-government video. It's not anti-democrat or Republican nonsense, because even the small amounts of money that people have been getting back, for the most part, still doesn't matter if you're getting a couple thousand or a couple $100 a year and you need that money to survive, or you're just going to buy some crap that's going to make you feel good for a couple of days. But instead of practicing good old group economics and teaming up with people so you can have that beautiful thing known as passive income, instead of just getting earned income or sales income, things of that, selling products. A lot of people, the upside is, hey, it stimulates the economy. So I'm like I said, I always try to look for the upside in something. And when people spend their money, they stimulate the economy, and that's supposed to be good for those other business owners. So it's a win-win situation. But I'm just letting people know this isn't an anti-government thing or anything of that nature. This is just a reality thing that people need to look at. This video is talking about working people trying to find a new strategy, how to manage their money better. And we all need, I mean, heck, I learn something new about money every day, you know? It's something that I'm passionate about, and that's why I do these videos. I want people to learn and collaborate. And hey, you might teach me something, and we can maybe even become business partners one day. You just never know. The messages and concerns that I've read and heard from people who make about $60,000 to $150,000. Now, bear in mind, these are average salaries in places like New York City, Southern California, California, the DMV area, Washington D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia area where I'm from. These are normal things. I mean, these are normal salaries. From people. I mean, that people actually make and whatnot. But and then, like, great examples, like in the DMV area. people like that, they make those kind of 60 to 150,000 or $200,000 salaries, and they have married and they have children, and they're owning. I've talked to people; they still owe money. They owe money. They're not getting anything back from the taxes this year. It's crazy. But I asked them all the same question: do you own a business? No. Do you have any sort of ownership in any sort of business? No. Well, you knew what the new tax laws were, and you didn't try to make a readjustment and change your thinking. You're still thinking that things are going to be done the old way. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody because I did that. I'm just saying you, everybody has to try to change their mindset, and readjust. The economy goes like this, it goes up, it goes down, and it readjusts itself. So we as people have to start readjusting ourselves to the way that things change. We do it when it comes to technology. We do it when it comes to our family. We do it when it comes to a job. So I don't understand why people should think we shouldn't be able to do it when it comes to making money. It's like you evolve, you disappear. I say it all the time. It is crazy, you know, and you the sad thing is, it's like these people that I'm talking about, they used to receive, $3,000 to $4,000 after filing their taxes, and now it's the exact opposite, and it's something that they depended on. I watched the show Judge Mathis to get a good chuckle, and he would always make fun of people that would talking about, hey, well, uh, I lent this person this money based on the category that I'm going to get. They're going to get a nice tax refund, which even before the new tax laws came into place wasn't a guarantee. It's like you got to really think about that situation. So I gave this person $2,000 based on the fact that they said that they would pay me back, possibly with interest, when I get my tax return. He would always crack jokes and be like, "Oh, you got." He called it the tax refund scam because that's essentially what people were doing. And to get back on topic, the IE working people are very scared now to file their taxes, which is even sad too. But I know there's more people out there on social media that have been telling people to change their mindsets. I've only been doing this for a year and some change. I know there's people that have been doing this way longer than me on YouTube and Facebook, etc. And a lot people just don't want to listen. They don't want to hear it because they're too worried about who won the freaking Super Bowl or what some politician said. Forget all of them. I'm saying it now. Forget all of them. It's all that's irrelevant. It's what you're doing in your household and with your family and with your friends and your community and your circle that matters more than any of the other nonsense, because all that stuff is noise. Turn off Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, turn off ESPN. It's nothing but noise. Take my word for it. Go 1 week without looking at any actual news, not worrying about freaking sports, and just see what your life is like, and involve financial economic conversations and financial economic education into your daily routine out of everything else. 5 minutes, and with beautiful YouTube, you can do this on the run if you have a busy life. So there is no excuse unless you just don't have internet access. Then I get it. Then you can't do it. But we have to change our mindsets. There's just no other way for me to put it. I've been saying it now, and I'll say it to the day I die. We have to change our mindsets. It is what it is. I know that everyone cannot be a successful business person. I get it. The world doesn't work like that. The system will never work like that, no matter who the president is. But everyone can be a successful business partner and investor. The new tax laws benefits businesses and not workers. There's no other way to put it. It 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 basically is on the side of business people and not owners. I mean, and not workers. And there's nothing wrong with being a worker. Hey, I have a job. I don't knock anybody that has a job. I'm just saying we have to correct our behavior. There's no other way to look at this tax season situation outside of politics. Throw that out of your mental, because it's not going to make you feel better. It's not even going to change anything. Outside of politics, working Americans need to start looking at things from an immigrant perspective. And I've said this many times when it comes to group economics, because they share alike. Just as much as a Dallas Cowboy fan or Redskins fans share in commonalities and whatnot, immigrants do the same thing, except the difference is they write checks and they combine resources and they buy things. So same principle when it comes to being a sports fan, but just put it into some money and into some business plans and into some sort of implementation. That's how I look at it. I was in the gym the other day because I go to, like most people, I go to the gym during the work week, and I overheard various conversations when I didn't even have my headphones on. conversations from individuals from various parts of the world regarding the current and future economic endeavors. And I could tell these gentlemen were from another. I think they were from somewhere in the Middle East. But I was on a treadmill, and they were having this conversation on a treadmill, and I thought that was interesting. And I find it very interesting because usually in gym conversations fall on the line of what workouts are somebody's doing, which makes sense, and what sports games is on, which I'm like, whatever. But I basically eavesdropped on these people's discussions, and they mentioned how their tax refunds have increased, not decreased or disappeared, but increased since they became business owners and investors. One gentleman stated that he's an electrician, so we're talking about working people, and his cousin's a janitor, working people, and his cousin decided to open up a cleaning company, but she needed investors, not more cleaners. She had the cleaners, she needed investors that would receive percentages from each cleaning contract for the duration of the company's time. And to me, that's a good deal. So you're making passive income as long as looking at it from a stock market perspective, as long as that company's doing good and performing well, you're going to receive a certain percentage every month, and you didn't do anything but invest your money. So you're making passive income. I'm talking about working people here. Bear in mind that this is, being done while, like I said, they both still have jobs and they have kids. Okay, because they were talking about their kids. They both have children, so of course parents love to talk about their children. They interjected their kids, what they were doing. Matter of fact, their kids go to the same school. Kids are like in Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts together, go to the same church, so they share and share alike. you know, but they mention economics. It's in the conversation. Outside of everything else I just mentioned, economics is in the conversation. And then the other, matter of fact, today another group of people was talking about a gas station that they were trying to open up together. One's a mechanic, the other one is an Uber slash taxi driver, which makes sense because most taxi drivers are like Uber and Lyft drivers part time. And the other one was a chef. They combined forces and money and opened up an establishment where people could get their gas cards and car service and get something good to eat. Because most of the times when you go to a gas station, they have like those sandwich shops, but that's about it. But I guess since this was a real professional chef, hey, he had some real food there. So I think it's awesome. They combine their forces and money, talents and money, and open up an establishment where people could get their gas car service, and get something good to eat all at the same time. Moral of this story is that none of these individuals were complaining about the 2018 taxes because they all decided to readjust their thinking of how they acquire income and get with the right people. We all just need to just pause. And I'm talking about myself too. We all just have to pause and get that adrenaline shot so we can get that adrenaline rush and get a kick in the butt in life, because I need it myself every now and then, because nobody's perfect and I'm not. Many Americans are getting this regarding a 2018 tax return this year. For a long time now, our capitalistic country, which is a beautiful thing, favors investors and business owners. Now, multiply this by a million now because of the new tax laws. And I said it before and I'll say it again. You can either complain about the new economy or you can benefit from it. It's your choice. I can't put it any other way. The days are over when you can just have unless you come from money, the days are over when you can just have a job and live happily ever after. They're over. If you don't want to be a business owner, I get it, but be some sort of a business investor. Okay? If you own a home, let some years go by, save some money, and buy a cheap home in another state, even if you live in an inexpensive place like Southern California, the DMV. Buy a trailer, okay? Buy something that's $30,000, $40,000, where the mortgage is going to be $200 to $300 a month. The insurance might be $50 a month. Get with people. You got to have a brother or sister or cousin that can get their stuff together. If not, get online and find people. It's just there's no more excuses except you. And I do that. And that's why I said I'm not going to cast stones in a glass house. I team up with people from a real estate perspective. I team up with people trying to open up a public storage facility. That's what it's all about. It's not. I'm not the Lone Ranger. I can't do it by myself. And honestly, I don't want to do it by myself. Because as much as people love to get together and talk about football, I love to get together with people and talk economics. I love to get together and talk about possibly buying a franchise, possibly buying some real estate and make some passive income. That's the only difference between me and any other entrepreneur out there. The conversations are different. As much somebody cares about the Super Bowl as much as somebody else cares about their business. It's that same focus and energy put into something that's going to pay you while you sleep. So there's no other way to look at it. If you were affected, I hope you really change your mindset. I'm with you. It sucks. But it's the reality of the world, and it's like I said. No matter who the president is, no matter who runs Congress, when it comes to economics, economic corporations, it's going to be in their favor in the beginning. It's going to be in their favor now. It's going to be in their favor tomorrow. So you got to say if you either going to be a part of the problem or you're going to be part of the solution. Are you going to get screwed over, or are you going to figure out a way so you can benefit off of the situation? I don't care what political party you're with. That does nothing for me, and it's really not doing nothing for you unless you're getting paid by them. So, but that's just my personal opinion. But I do care about you trying to get with people and having more economic discussions. Whether it's your church, your sewing group, your kids' recital, sports game, put that into those conversations, because I see immigrants do that all the time. They'll be at a kids soccer game, football game, whatever, and I see the men and women discussing business. They'll be at church, and after reading whatever book, whatever their faith is, they slide those economic conversations in. Do it for yourself and do it for your family, and forget about the Real Housewives and all these other stupid reality TV shows that are out there. So that's it. Hopefully, if you guys found value in this video, please give it a like, please share, and please subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great day, and check out my online store at the same time. This is Larry's Anything Goes, signing off.